Hi there, folks. I'm back with another installment of this Spring 61 CSA campaign. You can see I've let it go on long here. We're into March 1st of 1863. We have a battle, not a great one for artillery and the horse artillery. I do have an idea of how that might apply here, but first thing is first, we got to go find out where the enemy is. We have one blue arrow over here on the right, means they're probably over that way, so we're going to go ahead and check that out. And yeah, once we figure out where they are, we'll go from there. We have a ton of, excuse me here, level 2 parapets kind of on the back side of these openings, on the back side of this stream, on the back side of this one, and they're there kind of to protect the approaches to the 2 victory points that we start off holding. I don't think there are any others for the AI to grab, so it's going to be on them to come to us. So once we've found them and we have some sort of engagement going, I'll be sure to bring you back in. All right, so we are slowly moving into day 2 here. What happened is they divided their forces. They sent a portion of it down Duerson's Mill Road, and they sent the other around River Road, and there was some light skirmishing with one of these cavalry brigades, and then nighttime hit. So we got a bunch more engineering points. We continued kind of building these level 2 parapets up and around to defend this point. This one seems like it's going to be a stretch, given that they decided to divide up their forces for the time being. We'll see, but we're going to go back to scouting, try to find them, and try to figure out how we can fight them. If they continue to divide themselves and march half their force down this road to Chancellorville and down the Mill Road to the Mine Road, and then either try to hit the Orange Turnpike or the Orange Plank Road, then I think we're just going to throw all of our forces at part of theirs. That's why you don't divide your forces. If they've reconcentrated, then we'll sit behind our parapets, but that's the general plan. All right, so what would it be without bringing you back in the bottom right-hand corner of my map? We are kind of underway. True to form, did not do at all what I said I was going to do, which is if they stayed divided, I was going to throw half my force against one part and the other half against the other, because it appeared that they were going to switch to the left, and so I rotated to the left, and then they got over there and they kind of just stood around, and then the main force just came right down over that Mine Road, and I think they're now sitting on my right. I also forgot that my force is about to double once reinforcements get here, and that note should come soon, at least according to the other HQ report. So they're building up here on the right. We already had a lot of level 2 parapets set up, so my solution of sorts to all this is to try to get both of my cavalry brigades. I mean, at least Walker's has the Sharps. The other brigade that's poking along here, they don't. But it kind of solves the HQ problem, which in order delay problem. All right, so with that done, we're just going to have the cavalry keep fighting and delaying action, and we'll see what these guys end up doing. But we got that battery. That's kind of what we wanted. 3,000, so there's 6,000 over there, so I think that gives us about even numbers. If we take 6,000 out, no, not really. I mean, we're pretty outnumbered. We're kind of hoping that other things might work up for us. The plan is to bring our artillery, well, you can kind of see what the plan is. The plan remains to bring our artillery up and try to pepper them if they come through this field. Otherwise, we're just going to try to stay in this field and shoot through those woods. We'll see how we can do and just constantly kind of harass them like that. But since I do have an artillery advantage, I already had one. I think it was close to 2-to-1 before this, and now having shot that battery off its guns, I don't yet see one over here. I think their battery numbers are gonna well, they've already dwindled. So we're going to continue setting up here. Once we get into some closer conduct, it may bring you back in. It may be very, very soon. All right, so I said you may end up coming back in very soon, and that is where we are. They are now pushing with a few brigades here on the right. The cab stuff, I think those guys are probably just too far away to matter at the moment, but the big push is coming on our right. We're supposed to be scooting our artillery up a bit. But they're about to hit the front line of skirmishers that we have out here, and we'll see what they do. I mean, I think this is not a terrible attack on the part of the AI. I know this is one of those roads that you can kind of push through, and I think the AI is working towards its victory points. I'm not completely sure of that. Oops. No, no, no. No. That's just being held in reserve. That's all that is. But it doesn't give them a great field of fire. And so, if they push along the road, they can move faster. We can kind of shoot them in the open. But if they're taking their time or whatever, I feel like every time I bring you guys in to show you that the attack is underway, the AI is like, just kidding. We're actually not attacking. So I guess we'll try this again. All right, so we have the tiniest of action. Nothing up here on the left, but on the right, we have this lone kind of 2nd Brigade. My artillery is going through the same problems that artillery is always having in this game, and it's not a great position to do the artillery kiting stuff that I want to do. But it is going down, and my artillery, you can see that they're all spazzing out here. They don't know what to do. Yeah, it's fun. So we'll send some skirmishers down here because I don't think they're going to figure it out. I don't think they're going to stop spazzing out in time for a lot of this to matter. They're already tired. They claim to be firing. They're definitely idle. Yeah, no, they indicate that they are kind of moving. Anyways, I think one of the last things that happened here was that my infantry came in. So, yeah, I'm eager to do that. They're still holding over here doing basically nothing, allowing me to get my numbers up. It sounded like some artillery was starting to go off. Are these guys really? And those guys are now pulling out. So, to be continued. All right. I have waited for the AI to attack, and it ain't happening. So, and yet they're not really leaving, and doubling my force didn't really change the balance of power. So that is what it is. Nothing has really happened over here. I don't know if they're concentrating on this right or what. I sent all the original artillery back that was under Lawton back to basically the Chancellorsville house here, and then this little area up here, because I figured, well, might as well. And then the Johnston's army, which is the reinforcing army, which is now starting to skirmish here on, well, skirmishers are supposed to be in front, but we're just going to push in the south. I mean, I assume that this is south, and most of my infantry is over here anyways. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much that story. For a while, these guys thought that they were in combat, so I just put them in lane down, and that kept them from exhausting themselves on nothing. It just said engaged, and there's nobody around. So that was a bit odd if you run into that one. At least in my case, putting them in lane down, they took themselves out of combat. They were no longer engaged. So that's just a tidbit there. But yeah, once the infantry is almost in place, the artillery is coming up. It's not a great artillery map, which is too bad because we have a great artillery advantage. But it is what it is. I think these two brigades can certainly get into the other side, 2nd Brigade there. And I guess maybe they're starting to get the sense that they might be outflanked. I don't know if that's why they're pulling back yet again. We will see. Speed it up a bit. Alright, these guys are on the verge of breaking. Skirmishers. Push up, skirmishers. They seem befuddled. I'm not even sure what those skirmishers are doing. Alright, you guys need to move up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. No one told you to assault. Oh, I guess it must be their own skirmishers are blocking line of sight. Let's see if we can get our pathing down correctly. Alright, they don't want any of that. We'll get up real close and kick out another set of skirmishers to continue the fun here. Probably shouldn't have done that, because you generally want to keep people close to the roads. Holy moly, Van Dorn. You need to get up. Still nothing going on over here. I think these units are just going to sit. And if anything comes through, they can fire at it. I am kind of concerned that the force that was up here may have just gone through the woods and might be coming out here, in which case this artillery is in a terrible position, but we'll see. Alright, where... Assume that this is my infantry. Alright. We were not even set to our correct ranges. Alright. Sure, you move up. Skirmishers can move up. These brigades should untangle themselves. Alright, you're there. Where's Johnston? Come on, man. There you go. Alright, they seem interested in meeting this. That's fine. That's RQ. Well, how close are they? Have I said that this is not a good arty map? Because it ain't. Alright. Infantry. Why don't you all just... Yeah, sure, push up like that. I prefer the double line, I think, because I'm not really sure how the rest of this is going to go, but this is where we are now. Okay, they're going to get over there, they're going to get over there, over there. Move up. Get closer. Yeah, you need to get closer as well. Coal quit. I don't know what to do with you guys. It's not really that close to a road, but whatever. Who are you? Okay, you're your own brigade. Speed it up a little bit. Yeah, let's get into that artillery. That's a good matchup for us. Cavalry's not a good matchup if they're dismounted, but if they're mounted, it's okay. But I believe they have an accuracy debuff mounted, but then they have a reload rate buff. I don't think it cancels it out. I think all things considered, it's worse to be mounted and shooting, but you know, it is something. Alright, they're shooting that. Good. Okay, we move our division commander up. Skirmishers, you gotta be out front. Those skirmishers got blasted. I don't know if that's a cautionary tale of standing up in front of artillery, or if that was their cavalry was supporting that. Alright, this cavalry brigade, or division, move you down here, and then we'll move you here. And yeah, Johnston needs to be way up to make that happen. Still no pressure up there. Huh. They're kind of moving. They look stuck on each other. That's fun. Don't know what they're doing at all. Okay, you should be closer to them. You're going to kind of have to leave the cavalry to their own devices. Lawton, you're going to have to leave those two battalions over there to their own. I don't know else to tell you. It is getting heavy over here from the sounds of things. All right. Well, should get up there. It's you guys who lost your skirmishers. Okay. Push them up. Push them up. Okay. Yes, theoretically you should be moving. I doubt they're going to hit anything, but let's just put them up there. If I get my guys prone, there's a chance they're going to hit something. Not a particularly good one, but there is a chance. How we doing? We're tired. They're rested, well rested, and well rested. What's this problem? Rooted? Are you kidding? Routed units nearby? I don't see them. It must have been their skirmishers that came back. Alright, we're gonna hold back. Where's this cavalry? Cavalry's actually making good time. Alright. Bring these guys back so they don't get too much further away. Whoa, you're supposed to be prone, man. Alright, that infantry is not yet ready to attack. Still nothing going on over here. Huh. Yeah, don't forget your waypoints. Those, especially with this cavalry, are good. I mean, they're good with everything, but... here. You are not firing. What are you talking about? Alright, I think it's time to send them in. Send them there. Send them... yeah, we'll send them there. Send them there. At this point, I say, forget about this. Bring these guys back. Bring this cavalry over here. Get low. Alright, get them dismounted. Even though they're probably the most tired, so this is not a great idea. Send Jeb up there. But we're going to send these guys right into their back. How they got fatigued, I don't know. that brigade thought they were doing there. That is not a great idea. Alright, they got some other infantry up there, but... Oh, that's where they are. Alright. Anybody I forgot? No. Alright. Yeah, I want them out of that fight. I mean, they're pretty good on loss resilience so far, but no cold steel, dismount, loose formation. Those were the orders. I don't think that was that close to that order, but alright. Alright, we'll move you there. Johnston, you need to get much closer. You guys, I think, are still trying to catch yourselves. No! Why? No! Nobody is telling you to do that. Certainly not me. I do not know what that was. I don't know why the cavalry ran backwards to run forward. Doesn't really make sense, but... Fog of war and all that. Alright, I want to get those guys out of the fences because the fences absolutely screw up movement and other stuff, so it ain't worth it. Alright, we should pursue with our detachments because they're not liking that fight. I don't love that it's going to drag us through the forest, but whatever. And the way I'm issuing movement orders is the worst way to do it. You don't want to do it individually because when you do that, it increases the order delays for all the units. So it's really not the way to do it. But oops. That's what I meant to hit. Alright. Stop trying to go into melee with people. God, man. No one is telling you to do that. I guess I kind of just gotta set them up close and hope for the best. Alright, you can stop doing your thing, 'cause that ain't really working. You ought to be up closer. I guess you all can set up down here. There you go, that's what we want you shooting at. Alright, I want you up there, and you up there, and I think maybe all of you should start turning that way. Enemy is retreating. Alright, so we're gonna pick up the W here. Let's see. What can we do in our time that's left? I guess now actually would be the time to mount up. No more loose order. You really want to do this? Alright, go for it. Same with you guys. Oops. Wrong click. Go for them. Go for them. Go for them. Same thing. Alright, they're feuding with me, but whatever. 45 seconds is a long retreat timer. Remember, kids, when you're at home and you're doing this and you go into melee, it exhausts your troops immensely. I am doing some stuff on the unit prefs to figure out kind of, and I'll do a tutorial on it all at some point here. But suffice it to say, I don't even know what that is. I don't think I've ever seen that pop up. All right. Sure, front. I don't know what that means, but yeah. All right. No, no, no. Remember, you want your cavalry mounted because that's usually where they're... Uh-oh. Should I not have sent that cavalry unit in? They may break. Well, you get greedy, you know. These things happen. Come on, get them. Alright, they claim to be in melee. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, go chase. Chase, chase, chase. Alright, we should go pursue them. I don't think we're going to catch anybody. When units route, I believe they... infantry units, right? I believe they move at speed like 2.0, and I'm pretty sure the only units that can get close are cavalry mounted and skirmishers. And skirmishers are generally not great in melee, so that's a job for your cavalry. But we are at the end here. Come on, get in there. It doesn't really matter if they're exhausted this late. I don't know why you're back off your horses, but all right. Anyways, so yeah, some movement tips, and we'll round this out here. Okay. Wow. It didn't feel that good. But what is that? 5-1. Yeah. So we got to win. I'm not going to do much on how the campaign is going. It hasn't progressed that much since the previous video, but I am going broke, and it's not. I built a lot of supply depots because I think this campaign started before version 1.0, and so it's been updated several times. And the way that supply depots work now. So I guess some folks say they don't really work any differently. It is tremendously more expensive to load up these supply depots. I mean, I think it's almost $500 million, and it's ballooned the debt and other things. So, but then again, I have a lot of supply depots around, so I keep telling myself that it's going to be transitory. But you know, it's been transitory for a month. It's like, how much longer can this go on? But if you don't believe me. Right, 622 million of this is coming from the supply depots. You know, you subtract that out, and it's a reasonable deficit because the policy that's going to be coming up here in the near future is the Bank Act in 2 weeks, and that's going to give us 120 million a year. So absent, you know, the massive supply depot deficit. Right, because then this goes to about 200 million, then we get about 120 million annually from the central bank, and you know, then it's less than $100 million a year. That's no problem at all. But yeah, the supply depot costs are just, I mean, it must be stimulating demand somewhere, but it's also just havoc on the triple B minus, havoc on the fiscal policy. Though the interest rate of 4.5% is pretty funny. I didn't realize it had gone that low. I know that my wealth, while bad, wow, I knew that the unions was worse, but I didn't know it was that much worse. So anyways, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed bringing it to you. In terms of, are there gonna be other ones? I mean, that was kind of a lone union incursion. For some, I don't know, maybe kind of a bonsai at Richmond. Army of Kentucky. Looks like they might be up next. And the Union has a bunch of armies here kind of in the western flank of West Virginia, but they're not really going to do anything about it, I don't think. This might be an engagement, and then we always have the battle for St. Louis. I think I sent these forces up here to try to take, really to try to take Quincy and just steal back that supply depot there, but I don't think I'm going to hold it. And why does it look like this is being capped? I don't know why it's full red. You usually don't see the color unless something is transitioning. But there's also this, I mean, it is kind of the typical AI policy, is just to load up in Ohio, Indiana, and sometimes Illinois. And, you know, there's nothing really back east. But anyways, that's the campaign. Like I said, yeah, looks like we're still going to be rocking and rolling here for a while. So look forward to bringing those in the future.